The Archolarium. Mr. Sapelin? Please, it's simply Applin. What do you wish of me? Why are you looking for your sister? Do you think she's in danger? No, I do not. She is a skillful combatant, and fate has chosen her for a great purpose. I have been chosen to protect and support her. I had just returned to our village shortly before she vanished. I do not know why she would have left. I can only imagine it was for some dire reason. If my season is not with the heralds seeking their wisdom, then I will simply ask their advice for where to look for her next. Do you wish to know something else? This herald, Noellus Ark. What do you know about him? I'm going to see him as well and hope he can help me. An incredible being. He was chosen by the only one themselves to guide the people, and there is no being on Eitri older or wiser than he. It is his duty to travel across the world, offering guidance and grace to the believers, and seeking the chosen ones for the next ascension. Thus my hurry. I hope to catch him before he leaves Archolarium. Hopefully the only one will favor us both and bid their heralds await our arrivals. Do you wish to know anything? Do you wish to know about anything else? I keep hearing the word ascension, but what does it mean? Please forgive my shock. I had heard ghosts lacked memories, but did not know this extended to the nature of the world. I will try to explain. Every century, the only one chooses one of each kin. Curlyquills, Scalemoid, Aster, Falcafs, Foxtray, and Bumblebuns. Noellus Ark takes them to the only one, to be elevated into deities, the new guides of their people. At least that is how things are supposed to go. What went wrong with the last ascension? I do not know. I remember traveling to Espiritu Ori, the holy city, and seeking the chosen of the other peoples. I recall a warm bright light being accepted into its glow, then a sudden darkness, and a feeling like my mind was being torn apart. I awoke outside my village and was accepted back, but shortly afterwards my sister went missing, and that has occupied my mind ever since. Do you wish to know about anything else? I think I better go now. Thank you for talking with me, Saplin. Aha! One of the rumored puzzles of the castle era Curlyquills. Fascinating. Do you think the folks here keep the mechanisms in proper working order? Not sure, but I have a feeling you'll get to ask them if we hang around here too long. Oh, really? Do you think they'd want to detail their maintenance techniques? What I meant was, if we stay here too long, enemies will show up and try to kill us. Then it's definitely time to put our heads together and make sense of this puzzle. notice. When you open the door, kindly leave the key. Our troops keep being left out here for days, and I'd very much like that for that to stop. Torvido. Okay, alright. Commemoration. Flounder Fest Feast. Castle Sparring Gate. Darkquill Cuff. What's that? I suppose it's too much to hope that it's friendly. I wouldn't count on being that lucky, Bun. Be ready for anything. Yeah, that doesn't sound friendly to me. We should get ready for a fight. Folks here have kept this castle in decent state. Great. If I'm bleeding out, I'll admire the fine groundwork. Argolarian salad. Citrine eyepiece. year we commemorate the loyal service of Sir Drustig, who stood protecting the royal treasures until the day he passed into the only one's embrace. Witch's Candelabra. Magic defense. Paintings are cool. Miss Chu, it's good to see you. Baba Chu, you too. I suspected I would, but I gathered this was an unexpected path, and you would have better gone elsewhere than risk the exile's wrath. True enough, the bun here tried to get us through that protected passage, but his friend there didn't seem to want to let us in. We're hoping to make it through to Arcolarium still, but the gate leading out is locked. You seek the key, a daunting mystery. I wish I could simply pluck it from a dusty shelf, but I feel if you continue, an answer will present itself. Excuse me, Miss Chu, but what is that light behind you? Wherever I turn, I feel like it's trying to get my attention. A light? Unless I'm mistaken, that's just an unlit brazier. A light draws a spirit's eye? How fascinating. Why don't sit there debating it? I say, find out why it burns so brightly. Find out why it burns so bright that it can't be denied. A capital idea. Let's investigate, Ghost. I will be at your disposal for any physical labors you require. Thank you, Da Vinci. But this puzzles me. Do you know anything about that strange light, Miss Chu? I suppose it may be connected to the spirits themselves. Oh, okay. Does that mean I'm connected to them too? Ah, we all are, my dear, as we are all their creations. This is a skill newly found, yes, yes? You may discover more uses as you travel around. Ghosts can interact with these special altars in order to use the ghost light. When the light is active, Ghost can reveal elements from the distant past that are now lost. Warning, move too far away from the altar and Ghost will lose the ghost light. Light will begin to pulsate when this is about to happen. You return, yes, yes. So nice to have you come by. Don't be shy. What would you like to learn? What can you tell me about the exiles? Believers in the past, the kingdom that did not last, for they fight and train with all their might. Yes. Their leader, Torvido, has great will, but also no calm and seeks no respite, and despite disaster, directs them still. Is it his hand that sealed the way that causes travelers such pain? Perhaps it will be revealed, and he might explain someday. More to ask of me? You see I know my lord, yes, yes. So are the how are the curly quills related to the exile people? In reverse, it might be said, when the castle age was dead, those who fled, braved the worst, claimed the spiky name. Part of this deal was a ceasefire, that peace should be kept at all costs. But some there were who could not accept this loss was real. Those souls to the forest fled, named themselves exiles, and smile at a history long past, thinking they can bring it back to glorious life one day. More to ask of me? You see I know my lord, yes, yes. That's all I can think of to ask for now. Thank you. This fresco depicts the legendary appearance of the only one on Itri, and its selection of Noellus Ark to be its herald. Shortcut. Copper hairband. Painting representing the unification of the people of Itri under the faith of the Only One, as Noellus spread their gospel across the known world. Hexagon fire. Water drop circle. There we go. Basic puzzle. Characters can help each other by using support skills. You need to charge the ghost bar in order to gain support charges. In order to trigger a support, you must get closer to the ally you want to cooperate with by pressing A. A support consumes 1 support charge. You can store up to 2 support charges. You cannot gain more until you unleash the ghost power. Sure. Let's see that skill point. Turn a newest ability. I hope to have the chance to see more views like this. Okay, alright. Well, this has certainly been quite the unique adventure. Dangerous fights amongst ancient architecture. How thrilling. I prefer my adventures to be more sedate, but it has been an interesting trek so far. How's it been for you, Wisp? Me? Well, something about the paintings in this castle make me feel strange. It's hard to describe. Most interesting. I suggest you delve into those feelings. It might provide some clue as to your true identity. They feel unsettling. Something about the frescoes make me feel uncomfortable. Not angry, just a little bit sad. In a strange, distant way. Fascinating. Distant way. Path, perhaps wistfulness? Or longing. Perhaps you had a religious connection. Or maybe regret. Could have been something they didn't do. Or something they did and wish they hadn't. I think your takes on this I think your takes on this have taken a rather dark have I think your takes on this have been rather dark, Mr. Fox. You seem determined to turn Ghost's tale into a tragic one. Just calling it like I see it, and this is all speculation anyway. I don't mean to cause a fuss. It's all still a jumble. If things become clearer, I'll let you both know. I promise. This place certainly has a lot of security. It seems like it was attacked a lot. But by who? The Felly Calf. The Fell... The Felicants. The Felicants. Another of the kin of Eitri. Large bodies, wide ears, and a lantern-like protrusion from their foreheads. They dwell on the heart-struck plain, and were a long time foe of the curly quills, especially during the Age of Castles. And they're also more than a little aggressive and very short-tempered. Let's hope we don't run into any. It's not likely to end well. So why did the Felicanth hate the curly quills so much? Sparks and stars. That's quite the inquiry there. It started in short version, generations of bad blood. Curly quills built into Felcalf territory. Felcalf raided curly quill settlements, and so on. I suppose that does hit the high points, but at the cost of so much nuance. Just do it. Shield Blossom. More paintings. Hark! Hail the chosen ones. By the only one for each kin selected, the first champion by the herald is collected. Hark! Witness their procession. Espiritu Ori, ancient marvel, to the holy city the group of champions travel. Hark! Hail the ascension. As gods anew their will be done, gathered around the eye of the only one. Hark! Heralds, honor the herald, the only one's eternal servant, witness of the champion's ascendant, towered by their godly nature newly acquired. First champion by the herald is collected. The group of champions travel, gather around the eye. So who's the first? procession. South green. The eye is the yellow thing. Then the red. Ah, the feast that must have been held here. I doubt the enemies here care about past decadence. Flounder Fest Feast. This hall was commissioned by King Otto von Button to celebrate our victory over the Felcaf. May it see the greatness of the Curly Quill Kingdom last forever. Heart Strike. It looks like some kind of necklace. It's really beautiful. Not a bad piece, this. You could get a good price for them. You could get a good price for this from the right buyer. Last I was in Arcolarium, Taylor Mohair had a particular love for jewelry. Let's take this to him when we get there. That's for when we get to Arcolarium. Womp womp. My word, these frescoes are remarkable, not only in their artistry, but how they have withstood the ravages of time. What is all this? A big battle? Indeed. The rout of the Khan. The final fight in the war between the Felcalf hordes and Curlyquill forces, thus cementing King Gallant's reign. Until the aforementioned raid upon this castle, I mean. That was admittedly the real final battle for that era. So, Curlyquills built a lot of fortifications, summoned Felcalf lands. Khan didn't like that and thought he could overrun them with sheer force. But even their numbers couldn't stand up to modern battle strategy. It was pretty much a slaughter. But it looks so noble and pretty in all these paintings. Pretty things can hide some pretty vile truth. Wisp. That's a sad reality of the world. Anyhow, let's keep moving. The frescoes depict the grand battle, the rout of the Felcalf armies by Curlyquill forces. The true beginning of the castle of the Age of Castles is considered to have begun after this. Oh no, they're running away. Stars in their gyres. Stars in their gyres. The throne room. Here sat generations of kings and queens of the royal house of Bon Button. What's that? Is that something glittering by the throne? Yeah, and now a bunch of jerks probably use it as a lounge chair. Come on, let's hurry out of here. The others don't seem to see whatever that is, but something about it. It's calling to me. Remember, this land has long been in mourning. Where once stood grand castles and bustling villages is now only ruin and bracken, silence, and the slow fall of leaves. In my mind, I hear the agony of the Crinklewood and the voice of my ancestors. They point to me as the inheritor of the Bon Button title, the line of kings. They demand I don that lost and broken crown. Here within the halls of Gallant Castle, this ruin we have fought to reclaim, memories of that glory shine brightly. But as it does, so too do the shadows of our enemies lengthen. It is my duty to ensure they remain that way. Shadows. Ancient forefather, gallant the brave, knight, king, and descendant one, I call on you to guide me, to pave my way as you once did for your people under your illustrious banner. May I be worthy to raise these castles again, and fill these dying forests with the sound of life and laughter. Make me one who is fit to banish that deafening silence. Now is my hour to make a difference. Sparks, ghosts, are you quite alright? You look a bit out of sorts. It's alright. I just saw, well, I don't know what I saw really. It felt like a A memory? Only I know it wasn't mine. Aha! I've heard theories that particularly strong recollections can leave a kind of emotional echo, a psionic residue, if you will. Just calling it a memory is less confusing, Bun. Why don't we stick with that? If you can actually see those things, Wisp, memories, psionic whatsits, whatever, seems like they could be useful. Unsettling, but helpful. Thanks. I wish you could see them too, so I'd feel less strange. But I'll try and keep an eye out for more. Purple heart bracelet. Strength and magic. Oh, I need 3 people for that. Some enemies have resistances that deny almost all damage of that type, physical or magical. You must hit them with the opposite type of magic damage. While in Blaze, your character ignores enemy resistances. Next time you run into the person who made these things, Bun, tell him I hate him. On that topic, how come these things aren't recognizing you, Da Vinci? Wouldn't your friend show them what you look like? Honestly, I must confess, I do not know. I've never come across a trummeling of this kind before. The ones I traded with were much smaller. And truth be told, I've never actually met my friend Van in person either. Are you kidding? Of course not. I don't know why I'd be surprised by that. Van and I are still quite close. We corresponded via letters many times. The Trumlings even acted as couriers for us. Although I have no idea why they'd be here. Though it does make me more concerned that my friend Van is in some sort of trouble. I guess that means we should hurry in so we can find out, right? Wisp got the right idea. Let's keep moving. Microlarian salad. Treasure room. Need a key, of course. Master Torvidu. We found the thing your grandfather told you about. We put it in the room behind the leaves. The perplexing trio. You have conquered the trials of this place, both puzzle and in combat. Intriguing. Why do I feel like I know him? Wait, that thing before was actually his memory. How is that possible? Let me guess, you're the leader of the ones who have been harassing us. Indeed, I am known as Torvidu, heir to the house of Bon Button. My cohorts and I are the owners of this castle and all the land surrounding it. That you have reached this place despite such resistance makes you worthy foes of my troops, and perhaps even myself. I beg your pardon, Mr. Bon Button, sir. What exactly do you mean by... A key? And this is what? Bait? Not at all. It is a reward and an invitation. This key opens the castle gate, beyond which lies the upper reaches of Crinklewood. Beyond that, Arcolarium. Will you answer my challenge, travelers, or turn tail and run? I await your decision, and I hope I will not be disappointed. That was intimidating, but I'm certainly not gonna let a loudmouth like that stop us from getting to Arcolarium. If the Bumblebun's being brave, I'm sure as heck not gonna drop out. Well then, the path to Arcolarium is finally clear. Shall we open the gate and head onward? Yes, we shall. It's not gonna be a picnic from here on. But I guess I signed myself up for this mess. Let's get going. I think I missed a turn. That's why I got the map. Wow. You return? Have you found that which we all seek? Indeed. In fact, we were given the gate key by the leader of the squatters here. I am puzzled. The enemy leader simply gave you the means to exit this place? Yeah, said we qualified as a challenge for him and his people, and that he'll be waiting in the forest beyond, so that'll be fun. I see. I almost regret that I cannot join you to teach him a lesson. My quest demands an urgency that I cannot compromise. That's alright, Sapellin. I'm just glad we'll all be able to get on our way to Arcolarium. Indeed. I will prepare to depart when you open the gate. I am prepared to leave, but for now, please ask me what you wish. Wow, nothing new to talk about. Nothing new to talk about. Archolarium, Upper Crinklewood. Actually, it feels good to be in the sun again. It reminds me that I am much closer to my goal. Thank you for helping me continue my quest. Here we part ways. The path ahead is dangerous, and the speed I travel is not one many can match. I wish you luck in your journeys. Goodbye, Sibelin. I hope you find your sister. Sparks. He certainly wasn't exaggerating about his speed. Well, we shouldn't be taking our time either. The faster we're out of this cursed wood, the better. Young exile. Please, I'm in trouble and need to find some important items as soon as possible. Mr. Torvidu is pushing for it, and I need your help to get it done. There were some ancient crests lost in the upper Crinklewood. If you find them for me, I swear I'll reward you. Alright, I guess we'll give it a try. We'll let you know when we find them. We're so close to our goal. Let's pick up the pace. Remember the enemy boss? There's a challenge waiting. So I'm there. Oof. Alright, let's try the left path. Archolarium salad. Training camp rules. Do not leave trash in the training area. Put away weapons and gear. Dummies are for training purposes only. The last one out must close the door. Flounder Fest Feast. I've never seen a green place like this in this whole god-forsaken forest. Fascinating. I believe this mysterious glade deserves an investigation. Gotta agree with you there, Bun, but I don't think we have time for that. This is so strange. I feel some kind of echo, like I did back in the throne room of the castle. Oh dear, that's certainly something. Just a guess here, but this doesn't seem like a real grave to me. What's the name on the tombstone? Van Fierro? A name. Or some punk thinking scrawling graffiti makes them cool. Well, as interesting as this mystery may be, it's a delay on our trip. We should get back to the path at hand. Pink. I was born in pink. The color of our goddess's quills. Red anger painted into kindness. Crimson war brightened into peace. The rarest quill color among the curly quills, symbol of nobility. The folks who guided their people to live in peace, devoted their lives to the idea so we'd all survive. But what good did that do when the enemy attacked? They didn't care about the symbol we set up, and it didn't make me able to help either. I couldn't do nothing but to protect anyone. But when my kin were suffering, I saw the people who came to help us, who came to save us, the exiles, and I knew who I wanted to be. And I thought I knew who I wanted to be. Never again would I be useless. Never again would I stand without doing nothing, waiting for the storm to end. And as I trained, I realized I wasn't any more of an exile than I was a curly quill. I was born in pink, but that wasn't me. I need to be strong and tough, not noble or peaceful. Now it's my time to make a difference. Elder Curly Quill, what are you doing here? Me? I came here to punish those idiots, but I can't. Never learned how to fight. Not like my boy. My son. He said he wanted to learn how to fight back against those who raid our village. And he ran off to try and join those exiles over there. I'd have been angry already, but when he limped back home saying how bad they beat him up, that they were testing his toughness, that tore it. Bad enough those jerks howl about their great traditions and hassle folks just passing through, but they treat their own recruits like garbage? Fah! I want to teach those punks. I want to teach those punks need a lesson about abusing folks who just want to protect people. Here's the key to their hideout. I'd appreciate it. I'd be grateful if you folks could help. Exile Camp Key. Ah, oh, it's you. You gave me quite a start there. Is it over? Have those jerks finally been taught a lesson? Yes, they shouldn't be bothering anyone anymore. I know it doesn't heal your son, but I hope it helps you feel better. It does, a bit. Yeah, my boy once tried to teach me this kind of thing on this page. I couldn't do it, but maybe it'll help you. Handcrafted trinket. Gives RP. Crinklewood training grounds key. I have to fight just to get to save him? Huh. Be like that, huh? Crest. The exiles do seem to really love puzzles. Brr, that mist makes me shudder every time. Unearthed coin. That's the tomb. Why is there a flower though? Top left is that puzzle. No. That's what a red mist was. I couldn't go in there. That's what the puzzle was. Here, this should be all the artifacts you were looking for. I don't believe it. I would never have imagined an outsider would be able to find them. I can't offer you this other than my peace and my thanks. Gallant banner. When the owner is possessed. Nah. Tornador. Can I talk to you again? Thank you again for getting those crests. Getting me those crests. Please be careful out there. crafted trinket. This is a flower icon here. Well, there's flowers here, but please, travelers, canst thou aid me? Huh. Well, what an interesting development. Sparks! Is that Noelis? Herald, sir. What in the name of the Holy One are you doing here in a place like this? Noelis, please, my child, I shall tell off if thou wouldst free me. Thanks be to thee, champions of the Only One. What? Champions? Plural? As in myself and Mr. Fox here? My goodness. What a tremendously lucky thing we met. How did you know, Herald, sir? I require a moment of rest first. It is a long explanation and... A spirit? Strange that thou should keep such company. Please, Herald. We were traveling to Arcolarium, and I was hoping you could help me recover my memory. Or at least tell me how I can. Peace be to thee, spirit. Sparks, in skies above. Herald, you're wounded. What happened? Let me help. I thank thee, my child, but I merely require a little rest. My wounds are quick to heal. As for what occurred, I had left Arcolarium to investigate rumors of a strange crimson mist when I was detained by the exiles. Their leader was one of the former champions. He asked me about the failed ascension, but rejected my answers, and challenged me to single combat. Some new corruption has taken hold of him, and even though the Only One's strength is great in me, I lost, and was imprisoned as thou sawest here. So this guy's strong enough to slap around the Herald of the Only One? Yeah, that's not great news. Please, thou must halt Torvidu's mad crusade for answers. Thou art also chosen. Thy skill should be enough to stop him. But what about you, Herald? We can't just leave you here. Fear not, my child. Thy aid in the defeat of my captors should allow me time to recover before I must be away. Go, bring Torvidu to his senses. I will rejoin you soon and help as best as I can. Strike now while his wounds from our combat are fresh. Not that we needed the extra pressure, but the herald's got a point. Let's shake a tail and bring that spiky tyrant down. Please go on without me, child. I need some time to recover. Arcolarium Town. Gallant Castle. Training Camp. Nope. Let's stop here. It's been over an hour. Let's stop the stream and good night.